Hello everybody, welcome to the long-awaited Fujin guide. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Welcome to the long-awaited Fujin guide. Now, this has been highly requested from moi. As people know, I've got pretty decent Fujin. I wouldn't say I'm the best Fujin, that is up for debate, but I'd certainly say I'm the most honest Fujin. I've seen some sus things as of late with Fujin, but you know, we won't talk about that. But without further ado, let's get into things. First thing, and I think it's the most important thing as Fujin that you need to get down is his movement. I think you can be a good Fujin player without good movement, but like, look at how sluggish this is compared to that. And you know, in tandem with like stuff like back 2, like that, and then getting in and doing back 1, you know, I think movement is the most important thing about Fujin, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think there's a single thing that's more important than movement. But you know, that comes with practice. You know, the wave dash input is, as you can see on the left side of my screen there, you know, obviously helps with a lot of things, not just getting around on the screen, you know, like it helps with a lot, like getting around projectiles, shimmying, you know, dash up back 1, for example. It does help with a lot of areas of MK11, you know, and plus, because you're dashing and you can cancel dashes, for example, if someone jumps at you, you know, you can still anti-air while you're dashing around, you know, so it's... And you can even flawless block as well because you are dashing, you know? If I can actually do it like that. So, you know, I think if you get movement down, your Fujin's going to be decent right off the bat. What else is there to talk about? I think the next area we can talk about is key buttons and punishes. Well, just his key strings in general, I think, is a better way to go about this. So if you go to his move list, his key strings definitely 1-1 up 4. This 1 2 4 3 4 back 1 string is his main string. 2 3 is not really something we need. Forward 3 and 4 2, yeah, these are his main strings. So 1-1 up 4. Safe 7 frame. Punish, that also does crushing blow if I get him to grab me. Get him to grab me here. 28%. Side switches gives you good Oki. Gives you a chance to go in, you know. Well, his jab has is like decent range. It's not, you know, it's an alright jab. Like, you know, Johnny's jabs, Just Scorpion's jab, and Girish's jab is reaching from like here. But, you know, he's got a decent jab. Bear in mind also that this string is safe. I believe it's -4. Yes, -4. And with Fujin's backdash, you can do stuff like, you know, if you put them to all block, and I don't think it'll work with a reversal. Or maybe it will, actually. Let me record him to do a custom reversal. Okay, so he's set to back 3 reversal. I'm not actually sure if this will work. Custom reversal with nav. Okay, try this. Oh, damn it. Okay, wait. So you can backdash like that. For people that don't have fast moves. Against Jackie, you have no hope of doing that, right? Oh no, I didn't see that. But like, yeah, against people with not as very fast mids or highs or stuff like that, like, you can definitely backdash after -4. Like, you can backdash up until like -5, I'd say, because his backdash is just so good, as you can see here. To 1 2 4 3 4. I actually pressed 3 4 3 to input this. I don't know why that works. As you can see from my inputs there. This is basically just a safe, good shimmy. You can also end combos with this in the corner. So if you do stuff like for some Oki, you know, but yeah, it's just a good safe shimmy. Again, emphasis on the fact that it's safe. It is -5, yes, -5 I believe. The second hit comes out in 10 frames, so it does work as a shimmy. And you can also confirm on hit into Skywalk in the corner. Yeah, just a generally very good string. Again, starts from his jab, which is 7 frames. Then we move on to his back one string. Now this string is his most important string in my opinion, because it's his mid. It's his mid check, has really good range. Is a sword normal, so it doesn't have a hurt box. You know, so you can get through things like Sub-Zero's clone with this, as well as back two. He has a lot of disjointed normals like that. And it's his main way of getting damage. One thing that's very key about this string is that you have to confirm it. Okay, so, you know, as you guys know, Fujin dies to jump. If you do back one and you don't confirm it and you go for the whole string like this, and you jump during that bit where he's swinging the sword round, you'll die for it. Like, I'm gonna try and... because obviously you're in recovery as he is what's it called, as he's swinging the sword round. So can I demonstrate that? Is there any way I can demonstrate that? Hold on, I think I can. As you can see there, you can, you know, easily show how bad of a string that is on jump. So to counteract this, what you have to do is you just confirm it. So if you see the back one hit, you press 2-1-2. Like that. I mean, you can't really see it, but if you look at my inputs, I can see it hits. Of course it's different because if you're doing it in block pressure, but if I put him to block type random combo, like it'll hit him and sometimes will block it, right? See, like, you have to just block confirm it like that, and you know, you can practice that and that'll be all good and nice, because it's a very, very important part of his game plan. Then you have 4-3-1, just a safe. 4-3 is one of the best buttons in the game for sure. Hit confirmable launcher, basically. That low profiles, mids. You know, if no Fujin player complains and they have a mid like this. And yeah, 4-2-1 is just to keep safe. You can also like highly delay this. You're going to want to use 4-3 to get underneath projectiles. So if, for example, we record Sub-Zero doing an ice ball, we can get underneath that. Ooh, like that. And you know, it's just really good at low profiling stuff, and it's a good neutral move. It's 16 frames fast, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, 16 frames fast. Very unsafe and very easy to whiff punish, but that's why this is here, because obviously it crushing blows if the first hit whiffs. That's like the intention of it. So yes, very, very, very good low profiling button in forward 3 there. He's obviously hit confirm with the Skywalk, Needle, and you can do Tornado. But the combo of that is a bit janky. Like, you have to be at the perfect range. Like, it's really strange. As you can see there, like, it's really weird. In Downburst, it's probably better because you can amplify the Tornado. And then we've got 4-2-3. Now, this string is plus on block. It's +5. I know I've not got frame data on, but I can just tell you guys. It's +5 on block with pushback if we get him to block real fast. As you can see, there's pushback there and you're +5. Now that opens up a back 2 mind game, a forward 3 mind game, or if they jump, obviously, you've got your anti-airs, which I will now show you. So this string is mainly used for combo extensions. It's a really good stagger. This standing for is -4, 10 frame start. I believe this is -7. I guess I can just put frame there on. This is -7, I think. -6. good stagger as well though, because obviously they're expecting this, and obviously to blow up the cap you can do something like that, or you can do skywalk to get out and then make some space for yourself, start zoning and doing back 2 and stuff. Forward 3s. This is a custom variation, but I will show you individual variational stuff. So yes, that is the key strings and, you know, general game plan for Fujin. Next we're going to cover situational buttons, so anti-airs, because I think that's a very, very key area of Fujin that it needs to be addressed, because obviously he dies to jumping. So I think that's like a really important area to cover, to be honest. So we'll get into that next. Okay, so now we move on to anti-airs with Fujin, which I think is the most important area of his character. Now we can get rid of these strings for a second, so you don't need these anymore. Now your main anti-air buttons as Fujin are going to be standing 4 and standing 2. Standing 1 does work, but I believe it to be less consistent. Now the problem with these 2 buttons, as you can see here, 10 frame start and 11 frame start, they are not fast buttons at all, but to counteract that they have amazing hitboxes. So if I get Sub-Zero to jump for me, stand 2 dive kick, look at that hitbox. You can also do stand 2 tornado if you're close enough, like that. And obviously get some good damage off that. Or if you're too far, just do stand 2 dive kick. You can also do that. This is in Cloud Walker, by the way. And then standing 4 obviously has like a really good hitbox upwards. You know? So just train yourself to be able to do that as Fujin, because it's very important. His down one's also very good for anti-cross-up as well. Like very good for anti-cross-up. So, you know, those are your main buttons you're going to be wanting to using to anti-air. Down 1 for anti-cross-up, and then standing 2 for long range, and standing 4 for close range. You can also, standing 4 does have a good bit of reach though, to be fair. It has a good hitbox. But yes, the main game plan you want to adopt as Fujin is you have to stop them jumping. That's the game plan. And standing 2 and standing 4 are your main buttons to do that. And then when they have stopped jumping and they've been conditioned, that's when you start chipping them away with back 1 needle, throws. And, you know, because your movement's so good, you can just get in and out. And obviously back 2. You know, get in, sweep, get back, zone them out a bit. You know, get back in, grab, you know. That's your general game plan as Fujin. Now I'll go into variation specific stuff. So we're going to Downburst to start things off here. Okay, so Downburst Fujin. The moves that he gets that are unique to this variation is that he can do the tornado in the air now. He gets a nice little hover there, and he gets wind kicks. He has the ability to do those in the air too. That's the 3 things he gets. Now with this variation, this is all about combo damage, you know? Because now you can amplify the tornado. Or can you? Yes, you can. So you can amplify tornado. Now you can do outside of the corner conversions with this, but the main thing you're going to want to be doing is learning these combos, you know? What the hell? I can't do it. I'm bad. There we go. I'm used to online timing. But as you can see, he does some chunky damage in this variation, and he gets this confirm off everything. 36%, for goodness sake. Down 2 KBs, he really hurts. Because of this, like, explosive damage that he gets. If I can hit it for you. I can't hit it. And this is why I'm washed. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I hate dropping combos in a video. I'm gonna hit it for you. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it. Well, I mean, look, you saw there, I did 38%. There you go, that wasn't even hard. 45%, he does some chunky damage. Plus, his shimmy becomes better in the corner. Because you obviously confirm it into a launch. and do that for Oki purposes, so you're plus 19. So yeah, Downburst is essentially just about damage. The problem with Downburst is that he loses needle, so he has to rely on crossbow gimmicks. And someone like Sub-Zero, for example, if I go back to center and I change myself to Sub-Zero, or sorry, to Fujin, if I can crouch slide underneath this, I'm pretty sure I can. How do you... Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm not in the right... Bro, I thought I was bad. I'm not even in a variation where he has slide. That's why. Yes, you can slide underneath when Fujin does that. I was thinking I was terrible for a second there. That I couldn't crouch slide, but it's just because I was in the wrong variation. So if we record Fujin to do that again, I can just slide underneath that. And even if he does do like an upwards arrow as well, I can still slide underneath that too. And I'm pretty sure I can slide if he does upwards arrow by default anyway. Yep. Can he even do downwards arrow against sub? Okay, can't do that, but you can jump over that. You know, so you gotta be careful with the kind of stuff you're going to be doing as a result of that, and which characters you face. I think Fujin is a very variation dependent character between V2 and V. Like V2 can do a lot of the job, but the damage in V1 is too hard to snuff at. You know, in some cases, like you need that explosive damage against some characters that will not be able to punish you for doing crossbow. You know, so I think it's worth it to pick V1 in some instances. See, like, you can combo that, but... Oh, and obviously, this Crushing Blow, forward 4-3, gains use in this variation. Because you can obviously get that explosive damage, you know? Again, not lab the combo for this, because I don't really play V... but see, look, even that, you get 28, which is really good, because Wind Kicks is his armor break, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. You cannot break any of this, so it's a guaranteed... If you do this, for example, every bit of that's guaranteed. If you do down 2 into Wind Kicks, it's guaranteed. They can break after the Wind Kick ends. Like the sword bit they can break, but not the Wind Kick. But you know, at that point, you've already done, what, 28%, so it's not really point of breaking that, unless you're going to die. But you can also bait that and then just get, like, a super Oki. I'm actually going to demonstrate the armor break property of that, just in case you guys haven't seen it. Time's a bit finicky, but I think what helps me is I dash before I do it. But see that it does a little bit of extra damage, and you get 33% for that, which is pretty good. No, not baby damage, certainly not. So that's about V1. Your game plan in this, and the crushing blow that he gains is off of this. You have to hover for a short time, and then you get a launch. And in the corner, this is even better. But as you can see, I'm short hopping and just doing it, because that's just because I've got easy crushing blows on though. To actually do this, you have to hover for a decent amount of time. As you can see, you get a very, very chunky bit of damage off of that. I should address this as well. Fujin's combos are pretty much the same in all of his variations. It's just you're using a different down-up to combo. V3 is an exception because it doesn't really have combos. It has off of the down-back 2, but in V1 and V2, his combos rely on his down-up input. It's just different what you have to do off of those things, you know? In V2, you're obviously doing Skywalk, and in V1, you're obviously doing Float Stance into Tornado, because you can do it in the air now. as a result of this variation. You know, he gains the ability to do air specials. But yeah, that's pretty much V1. Your main game plan as V1 is going to be to get them to the corner. And even when you're outside the corner, you know, you have access to damage. You know, it's not like because you're not in the corner the variation becomes useless. I'm pretty sure you could do back one tornado. There you go. Yeah, that works. So you can do back one tornado. You can do this off your slide. Unfortunately, for most part, that's all you're getting in this variation when you're mid-screen. But yeah, as I said, in the corner is where it's party time, because you just get stupid damage. But yeah, that's V1. Let's move on to V3 finally. Now this is the weirdest variation in my opinion. I genuinely think this one, I'm not sure what this one really offers to Fujin. I don't think it's needed for him, to be honest. Cloudwalker and V1 do the job. Now as you can see, he has this push. Now this push is really good. In terms of its hitbox, in terms of its speed, in terms of what it actually does to them. The hit reaction. But it does no damage. The only way this does damage is if you amplify it, and it does 6%. And it also has a crushing blow attached to it, where if you do every distance in a sequence, you will crushing blow with it. Now the hit on, like, the crushing blow itself is good, right? Like that wasn't the crushing blow, but like you can obviously combo into this, right? And it does a decent chunk of damage. It also makes it so that back one is always safe and there's no mind game. Because if we put him to block, you're -1 there, which is absolutely incredible. -3, -1, you know? So your back one is safe, but as a result, your combo ability is extremely lackluster. Like your combo is, it's really weird. Like outside of the corner, it's kind of hard to land stuff, but that's the kind of stuff you get. And you know, it's just really weird. As you saw earlier, you can also combo into this crushing blow off of the what's it called? The the down back 2 air grab, as you can see there, which is unbreakable, I believe. I don't think you can break that. But you know, I think the best part about this variation is this crushing blow, which does 27 plus I did an additional 10% dot damage, which is 37% dot damage. So for example, if you hit this crushing blow and then land a hit, you're hurting him. And then obviously if you hit a grab KB, he's dead, pretty much. So I think the key to this variation is that you just have to annoy them. If anyone has a projectile, this variation is rendered useless. If they don't have a projectile, I think it's going to be a bit better. But still, I don't see the reason to pick this variation over V2 or V1, because I feel like those two are more versatile. Losing the crossbow actually also sucks. But this is a good projectile, it just does no damage, that's the problem. Now, I guess I should move on to combos now. I've shown Downburst combos. I'll quickly show Cloudwalker's combos. And then I think that's it, really. Let me show these really quick. So your main B&B off a jab is going to be something like this. Nice 24% meterless. You can also do dive kick here. And a good breakaway bait for this combo is stand for dive kick, because it still gives you damage and Oki and stops the breakaway. Or it doesn't stop it, it's just, it keeps you safe rather. You can also do stand for needle here. Another way to stay safe after this is also you can do forward 3 into needle, like that. That's also breakaway safe. Another combo you can do here is back 1-1. But the optimal combo here is 4-2. And that, bear in mind, that also restands, and I believe you're +8. +8, yeah. You're normally +8 after every time he does needle, when he restands you. Now, off Skywalk, your combo is going to be generally the same. 29%. This applies to every single confirm into Skywalk. It's the same. Exactly the same all the time. You can get even more optimal and do forward 2 grab. If I can do it. That's like super optimal. Sometimes the Skywalk does that as well. Like it just hits you away for no reason. Like I'm not sure why that happens. Damn it. Kind of tricky to time it, but definitely doable. There you go. That's a nice chunk of damage there. You can also end in dive kick, obviously, as I said before. Dive kick is actually my preferred ender. You can do stand for dive kick there. But yeah, your confirms of Skywalk are going to be the same all the time. However, there is one thing that I think is very important to note. And like, it's, as you can see here, my Skywalk hits twice, right? But if I'm at range, my Skywalk hits 3 times and I stay on the same side, you know? So I think it's one very important thing as Fujin is to know when that's going to happen. And essentially what I do is I just see where I am when I hit them. You know, every time I do a 1-2 confirm, I know I'm going to be the other side of them, or a 1-1 confirm. You know, I know I'm going to do that. But however, if I hit a ranged back 1, I'm always going to be here. If I hit a ranged forward 4, I'm always going to be here. This way, yes. You know, it's about minimizing the surprise that you have. You know, off a slide, I'm always going to be 2 hits. And off, you know, back 2, for example, I'm always going to be 3 hits at range. But off a close back 2, I'm going to be, you know, 2 hits. So it's about knowing how many hits of Skywalk you're going to get at all times. But apart from that, I don't really think there's anything else for me to say, to be honest. If you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me, please go ahead and do so in the comment section. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. I love you all so much. More Xiao videos and Fujin videos coming soon, and Johnny videos, of course, my boys. But yes, you guys have a fantastic day. Hope you're staying safe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.